come to the line, this situation, you might see a shot play. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. First play of the period will be a second down. Here's a give to Frazier. He's got the first down. Flying down the left side. He's at the top. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bulldogs. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Deep in the end zone, it's Rodgers. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my...
Going over the top. Goes high to pull it in. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Hill. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Run inside. It's Rodgers. Found a little crease and turned that into a productive run.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
3rd and short from the 49 is this 4-down territory. Pushes ahead. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Really nice job on 3rd down by this offense. This offense has struggled on 3rd downs throughout the season. Not even in the top 50, but you know what? When you make it 3rd and short, you can. When you have the run-pass option and you're not predictable, you can be more successful. So let's see if this offense can continue to put themselves in good positions.
And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Motion from the wideout. Quick give. It's Hill. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Russell lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
Yeah, they do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
He'll bring it out. It's Phillips. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Buying time to his right. Wide open downfield. Oh, a lot of space. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Wide receiver going in motion. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun. Right side, it's Frazier. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll envision the ball flight as he lines it up from the right hash and 38 yards out. He splits the uprights, and that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his own 20. And he'll be stopped. Return gets it out across the 25, stopped at the 26. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Things just not going as easy for this guy as they did his last game out. Last time he completed over 70% of his throws. This week, though, defense taking some throws away. They made some plays. He just hasn't been quite spot on with his accuracy. He's going to have to play better.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Looking for room. It's Hill. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. Keelan Russell. Here comes the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
This really has been a Jekyll and Hyde story for this quarterback. His last game out.
But guys, they're not sending the punt team out there. They're going to go for it. This is a huge risk, and man, if it backfires, they're in trouble. Looking for a huge play. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
They got it blocked just enough and a good gain on that run.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
Throwing Russell. And that one's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Out wide left, it's Hill. And he's not going to be able to convert. Knocked down just inches shy of the first down. Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
Right, and I think a lot of times on third down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the first down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the fourth down.
Well, the offense staying aggressive on this drive. The second time now they've gone for it on fourth, and they get it. This time they do it on the ground.
Sort of serves two purposes, doesn't it? You keep the drive alive, and you sort of crush their spirit, too.
Yeah, this defense, they've been playing a lot of snaps as well. So you sort of got to wonder physically just how much gas do they have left in the tank here.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Got there right as the ball did. Jarred it loose. It'll be third down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit of space to operate. That's great coverage. Being right there when he catches the ball to deliver the hit, to make sure he doesn't secure the catch, elite coverage.
Into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Fitted in the window for the score. Getting set for the point after. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer.
Yeah, and you see some people get upset with offsides in the defense. I call it the cost of doing business. It's just part of being great off the football. Sometimes you'll guess and sometimes you'll be wrong. The first one is always on me, Coach, and then the second one, usually he takes me out of the game.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. The Bulldogs will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Gets the back moving. Handoff for Frazier. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10. Timeout on the field, and that's the second call by Georgia. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. To the air, it's Stockton. Out wide right, it's Humphreys. It's a running route. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it in style with a 57-yard toss for 6. On the move from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. Let's open the show with Vanderbilt taking on the number 14 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Commodores with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And I guess what they can take away from this one is they're back to even, 3-3 on the season.
Powers through the defender. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
Across the 45. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Frazier. Sees a crease. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You know, in the modern era of college football, with everybody throwing it, it becomes harder and harder for running backs to put up big-time numbers. With that last carry, though, this guy's got 1,000 yards rushing on the season.
To the air, it's Stockton. Moves to his right. Got out of trouble and throws. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around, different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job.
Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Dogs! And the stomping has commenced. That's 3 touchdowns in this game, and he's up to 11 on the season.
David, I mean, you can take your hands away from your eyes. At this point, this thing is just defense option. This is atrocious. Nobody wants to tackle in this game. Nobody wants to take an angle. It's another long touchdown. Great job by the running back. But when are these defenses going to show up?
Yeah, it's frustrating. It's hard to watch, man. We've got to get lined up, make sure you're in the right gap. If you can't jump out of your gap, you can't guess. And these defenses, they're giving up big plays, and those are the ones that will kill you because it's points right away. And a lot of points in this football game, and these coordinators, they're not real happy right now.
They'll run it. He'll move it ahead, and a good productive play on the ground.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
It's caught downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Yeah, I think if you're on offense right now, you're thinking, I don't know if our defense can stop them. They couldn't do it the last drive out. We're down a lot on the scoreboard right now, so we need to score touchdowns every time we have the ball. That was a big play for them, but they got to cap this thing off.
He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
And we talked about this guy coming in the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him. And now a big third down coming up. Down multiple possessions. This is one, Palmer, I'm looking for 6. I'm not trying to kick a field goal. I want to cut into this lead with a touchdown.
No, you got to have it. And also, considering all that, this is 4-down territory, too. So you need to identify who are your best players on offense and how can you give them a chance to score this touchdown.
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Puts it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
Left side is Rodgers. Does not get there. Boy, they stopped him just short of the goal line and kept him from getting the two. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand.
Number 45, set to advance on the football.
Looks like he's going to try to return it. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Still on his feet at the 35. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. On first down, Nate Frazier.
Man, I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again. Get it to their running back. Try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
To the air, it's Stockton. Right side, it's Humphries. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Motion from the wide receiver. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Makes the grab. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Hey, man, offensively, you just got to know when the play is over, and you got to live to play the next down. That was not a good decision there by the ball carrier. He had a chance to just go down when that play was over. Instead, he tries to do something too heroic, and the offense sustains a massive loss.
They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
And good use of the hands from the defense to deflect the pass on third down. Field goal unit's not coming out here, guys. I think they're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Still looking to his right. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Knocked down immediately.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Throws to the wideout. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down.
Man, that is such great third down defense. Seeing the football, breaking on the football, knowing where he's at, because he's probably going to get that first down, but nice timing. Sometimes guys get there just a little bit early.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
I know the analytics second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. They'll run him again. To the 10. Touchdown, Georgia! And the beatdown has ensued. I'm not sure anyone even breathed on that running back by the time he got into the end zone.
Nah, so many blockers out front. They're the defenders. I mean, it's a good idea. You know, the guy with the ball, that's usually the guy we want to go tackle. Go get him.
And he makes the extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing the second down and long situation.
Russell shoots it to the left. Nearly picked off there, and he might be the last guy on the field you'd expect to drop that one. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Russell from the gun on third down. Out wide right, it's Hill. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Really good job.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Russell will throw for it on fourth. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes.
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator.
Fires toward the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And what a way to end the quarter for this defense, forcing the big turnover. Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Keelan Russell unloads to the wideout. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's passion, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
The defense wins that one, and the offensive line was challenged by their coaching staff coming into this game to try and get push up front, establish the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to do a better job running than that if they're going to win this one.
Finds his target. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Offense just trying to get the ball to their receiver quickly out in space to the perimeter of the field, but how about the speed of the linebacker? Able to close and make that tackle. That's impressive.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Snaps it, and he has to have it. Throws for the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch. It is plays like that that'll let you pile up some serious passing yards.
Man, what an effort. I mean, the layout to be able to catch the football, keep it off the ground. Nice job by this receiver, and that's why...
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Third and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. Throwing Russell. Rushes on. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
Run in the red zone. It's Hill. They were all over it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Fourth down, Russell. Going for 6. And he throws another interception, his third of the night.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's fourth down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Hits inside. It's Phillips. At the 15, he's loose. Oh, he's got some space. Past the 50. The 40. He's at the 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Now they've got a little breathing room after that score, and a Week 6 victory is in the offing, it appears.
Yeah, that's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting the drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home and come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. That one's going to get a little star mark beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. Here's the return from inside his 10. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while.
And I think the defense kind of understood what was coming. Back-to-back possessions where this offense threw interceptions, like they're going to want to get the run game going, and they were ready for it. Great job fitting the gaps and making good, solid tackles.
He's taking the shot. Makes a deep grab. And they'll bring him down after the long completion and explosive pass play for this offense. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
Russell. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. Down in the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Right side, it's Phillips. There he goes. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Great job by the quarterback there, knowing where his answer is against the blitz. He finds his dump-off throw to the running back, and he does the rest, picking up the first.
Here's a give to Frazier. There's a crease. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
And the Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Frazier again. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
To the air, it's Stockton. Gonna take a shot at this DB. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete.
Man, that is not the third down execution you want. Trying to get it to a playmaker so he can make plays. He gets nowhere, actually loses yards, and brings up a fourth down now.
Punt is on its way. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. This possession from their own 20. Keelan Russell snags it over the middle. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
It's great awareness by the running back, understanding where the first down marker is and doing whatever it takes to get it.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. Fresh set of downs going to the air. Hit as he throws. Working that left side. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Hill. He breaks a tackle. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Listen, I'm not one for moral victories, and obviously they're trailing by a lot of points late in this game, and they are going to lose, but it is a good sign if you're the head coach of this team that you're seeing your guys out there still competing and still fighting until there's zeros on the clock.
Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left. Throwing Russell. Bought a little time, lets it go. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.